James, father's rights advocate. I got full custody of my daughter without an attorney when she was a baby, when she was 7 months old. I want to address some of these posts in this thread. There's so many dads out there, all they do is complain about how the system sucks and needs reform. Well, guess what? The system is never changing, at least not in our lifetime. People are talking about seminars to talk about how to change the system. They've been doing it 40 years. It's not going to change. The only answer and the only hope for a father is to go for full custody in your case now and to learn how to do it without an attorney, because the attorneys won't do it. And when they are representing somebody and try for custody in the rare cases, they don't do it the right way. I got full custody. I've worked with 200 plus guys. I stopped counting at 200 to get full custody without attorneys. Some guys have done their own trials. Some of them fought so hard the other side gave up and settled with them. And thousands of fathers I've worked with have gotten fair deals. Why? Because they got on the offensive in their own case. A lot of you fathers out there, you're saying, oh, I don't want to take the child away from the mother. But you complain that the mother's an alienator, that she withholds the children and does all of these abusive things. Now think about it for a second. If a total stranger kidnapped your kid from you, would you say, oh, I don't want to take the children away because that was a neighbor that I trusted and they know them and I don't want to take their rights away? No, you'd go and rescue your kid. But some of you guys don't want to rescue your kids because the title of the abuser or abductor is mother. And you think it's a blasphemy to rescue your kids from an abusive mother. Child abuse is child abuse. Outside of food, water, and shelter, the most important thing in a kid's life is the love and security of both parents. And when a parent takes that away, they're abusing the kids. Think if a parent rationed water or took water or food away or gave it to them, to a kid here and there. Well, if they give the father or let the father have access here and there, that's rationing fatherhood, a basic life need of the kids. You need to start talking and treating the mother like a child abuser she is, and stop being afraid of radical feminism or women or the system. If I was a warehouse worker who flunked out of college and ended up getting full custody, then anybody can do it. But see, I got off my butt the first week that the mother blindsided me with a restraining order, and I looked for some answers. And these attorneys wanted $5,000 up front, and I didn't even have that. So I found a father's rights organization that taught me how to do this stuff myself, and I took it and ran with it. Most of you guys out there don't have the common sense to look for some answers. You don't follow your own conscience. You listen to your attorney, but you don't listen to that conscience that says, we should be fighting harder, or we should be going for full custody. The mother's not fit. But the lawyer says, well, that's the way the system is. Well, in the 50s in Mississippi, a lawyer would tell a black man accused of a crime, well, cop a plea to get life in prison because or else you're going to get the electric chair. And the guy might say, I didn't do it. And they say, well, this is the system. The judge, jury, and prosecutor are all in the Klan, so you're going to lose. Well, the lawyers say, well, the judge, guardian ad litem, and the other attorney, they're all radical feminists or influenced. And your own attorney's probably influenced, just like a black man's own attorney was probably in the Klan in the 50s in Mississippi. Does that mean you quit on your kids, though? The system is not changing. It's an anti-father system. Are you going to go to war for your kids or not? Are they worth it to you? Do you love them enough? Or do you have to work too much? Or do you have to have a life? Or is it too stressful? Well, then you don't love your kids. You don't care about your kids as much as you care about your selfishness and your own convenience and sitting down in your own little comfort zone. You want mommy to come and rescue you from this corrupt system and make it go away. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, the system's anti-father. I suffered through it. But there's no excuse for a father because I suffered through it. I was falsely accused, or there was false attempts at restraining orders against me. I was falsely accused as a monster, as violent, and all this other stuff, and I never hit a woman in my life. A lot of you guys are like that. You never committed domestic violence. You're falsely accused of domestic violence. But did you get on the offensive and say, this person's committing perjury and abusing the court system? Did you find research that's readily available online that says that restraining orders are abused for leverage in custody battles? Did you find any of that evidence? Did you even look? Because I've worked with fathers who got restraining orders, like the 7 restraining orders the mother attempted on me over the years. She failed every time because I got on the offensive, and I called a spade a spade. I didn't sit back and play Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, I'm nice, Your Honor. I'm a nice guy. I'm not mean. See, look at me. If you don't attack the credibility and get on the offensive and go to war with the other side, or if you're going for 50-50, You can't go in there and say the mother is abusive and manipulates and alienates the children if you agree that she can have the children half the time. That's an asinine, stupid, suicidal strategy. Get on the offensive. Most dads that I talk to don't want to fight for their kids. They want the court system to be fair and justice and truth to prevail. Guess what? That's not our court system. There's a bunch of innocent people in jail who ran their mouths when they got interrogated by the cops because they had nothing to hide and they told their story. The system is abusive in criminal court and family court everywhere. The only hope for fathers is to get on the offensive. Find somebody in your area, look on Craigslist, look somewhere, fathers' rights groups, and search high and low for somebody in your area who can help you navigate the system pro se. I work with people all across the country. I talked to a bunch of dads who didn't even try to look for help until they got royally screwed and then it was too late. Then they found me. Why didn't they look for a father's rights advocate in the first place? Because dads are dumb and lazy and they want it done easy. That's why we're so drama free. Women get on the offensive, get vindictive, and try and take control of the situation. That's a bad combination. That's an automatic losing fight. So you have to man up, grow a pair, and act like the warrior that God made you to be and go rescue your children from these abusers. Learn how to do it yourself. If you have to hire an attorney, go ahead and risk thousands of dollars for a sellout coward who's part of the system.